emoji I'm talking about is the bullseye emoji, and the player that comes to my mind is Toni Kroos with his impeccable passing, and I think that emoji perfectly sums him up.
I'd like to use the calling emoji to describe Saul. He likes to score bangers against big teams in crunch matches. That's why we always say, need a golazo, better call Saul.
I would choose the white heart, and I would like to use it to describe Luka Modric because he literally is the heart of Madrid right now.
I would like to use pistol emoji to describe our striker, Luis Suarez. This gunman has been scoring important goals for us throughout this season.
Love that our friends from Nagpur as well as Peña Atlético de India will be joining us throughout the show. Stick around for that. Until then, it's back to you, Joe.
Love it. Absolutely love it. Love the emojis. Brilliant. Right, we have a little competition for you. It involves a QR code, so get your phone out, get the camera on, and get this QR code noted on your machine, and it'll tell you exactly what to do. It's the QR Challenge, the La Liga QR Challenge. It's giving you an opportunity to win a trip when all of this is over and we're allowed to travel, etc., allowed to fly and get inside stadiums next season. So make sure that QR that you can see just down in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen there, make sure you click that. Okay, prediction time. Peter Reid, you can go first again.
1-0 Real Madrid.
1-0 Real Madrid for Peter Reid. Ooh. Kevin Campbell, your prediction is going to be very interesting.
Of course it is. It's 2-1 Real Madrid.
Ooh, there's a little bit of doubt in there by suggesting, Kevin Campbell, that Atletico might score against you. Am I sensing
I didn't want it, but Peter Reid took my 1-0, so I'm going 2-1.
I knew it did. I knew you were going to go 1-0.
It is the big one, of course, and Barcelona fans aplenty will be watching this game tonight. If you missed what we said earlier on in the programme, the outcome of this game has a large bearing on Barcelona's fortunes as well for the title this season. And remember, their season has turned around hugely since the turn of the year. A draw is better for all of the teams. Is it really, Kevin? Is a draw better for everyone?
No, it's not. It's really detrimental to Real Madrid. It's detrimental to Barcelona as well because that gives Atletico Madrid another point, and it suits Atletico Madrid because it's another big game out the way where they get a point. So draws are no good.
Okay. Right, let's head to the Wanda Metropolitano. The players are in the tunnel there, so we will join your commentary team for this evening. It is the ever-present Tim Lee, and alongside him tonight, Mark Brown.
Enjoy a super production shot on more than 20 cameras using the latest technology. It's not fiction, it's not a thriller, it's something much bigger. And after 90 seasons, the excitement is still intact in La Liga Santander and La Liga Smart Bank. It's not football, it's La Liga.
Hello everybody, and a warm welcome to the Wanda Metropolitano, where until last month, Atletico Madrid had not lost since 2019. But having dropped 7 points in their last 5 league games, Diego Simeone's team arrive at Derby Day with their lead at the top of the table down to 2 points. Real Madrid dropped 2 points on Monday night. They cannot afford to lose further ground in the defence of their title. This is a huge afternoon in Spanish football. Match 7 of week 26 in La Liga Santander is Club Atlético de Madrid against Real Madrid. And alongside me for the derby is Mark Brown. Hello, Mark.
Hello, Tim. Hello to everyone joining us for this one. And this is the one we've all been waiting for, Tim, all week. It's D-Day, it's Derby Day. And a game that could very well have serious consequences for both of these sides. Chances of silverware this season, there's no doubt about that. There's a lot more than just local pride on the line. And this is perhaps the closest thing you'll get to a final without this actually being a final. That's how important this game is. There is a sense of winner-take-all about this, but as befits the occasion, much to the relief of La Liga fans worldwide, I should imagine, both managers able to call on strong squads, the injuries and the COVID problems lessening. Only Hazard and Ramos really the big absentees, but Atleti not with a great home record against Real Madrid. They'll be looking to put that right this afternoon, and Real Madrid looking to get back on track after dropping points against Real Sociedad on Monday. Something of a must-win feeling for Real Madrid here this afternoon. Los Blancos never lost here, and they wouldn't want to do that for the first time in La Liga this afternoon, Tim.
Absolutely not. They trail Atleti by 5 points presently. Both sets of players making their way to the turf. For the home side, Kieran Trippier is back, and so too is Yannick Carrasco. And there in your screen is the returning Karim Benzema. Big news for Zinedine Zidane. He's able to call upon his number 9. And he does start for Los Blancos. Isco moves to the bench. There is also a start for Rodrigo. And as for Simeone, he has decided to leave João Felix among the substitutes. Angel Correa begins. The team then for Atleti is Oblak in goal. A back three of Felipe, Savic and Hermoso. The wing-backs will be Trippier and Carrasco. We have Koke and Llorente in the midfield, and further forward Lemar, Correa, and of course the top goal scorer this season, Luis Suarez.
Yeah, the big question there, Tim, is whether it's going to be a back three or a back four. Trippier can play wing-back or full-back. Hermoso can too, but the question is how they're going to set up. Is it going to be 3 across the back, 3 centre-backs, or is Hermoso going to be playing at left-back? That's where the confusion lies at the moment. We'll see as the game gets underway.
Well, the referee today is Alejandro Hernandez. He has refereed 4 Clásicos, but this is his first Madrid derby. And in charge of VAR, José Luis González. Let's run you through the Real Madrid 11. Courtois is in goal. In defence, it is Nacho and Varane in the centre, with Mendy and Lucas Vázquez at full-back. Then it is that familiar midfield of Modric, Casemiro and Toni Kroos. And up front, Benzema returns, Asensio and Rodrigo provide the width.
Absolutely huge news for Zinedine Zidane to be able to call on Benzema today, Tim.
Well, Atletico's last game here ended in a 2-0 defeat to Levante, but Los Colchoneros did win 2-0 at Villarreal on Sunday night in a victory that ended a run of 7 league games without a clean sheet. And today, Simeone's side are seeking their first ever derby win here at the Wanda Metropolitano. They have drawn 2 and lost 1 of the previous 3 derbies.
Huge day for this man. Absolutely crucial game. The nerves will be there in the pit of his stomach, I'm sure. Just taking a look across the pitch, making sure everything's all right. The players are in the zone. And as always, Zidane spreading a zen-like calm in those meters surrounding him.
Well, the honorary kickoff you witnessed was the Madrid mayor, José Luis Martínez Almeida, who had a symbolic first kick of the afternoon. But now the real competition starts, and it will be Los Blancos, and in particular Karim Benzema, who gets this derby underway. It is the 278th Madrid derby. Atletico are top of the table and gunning for their first league crown since 2014. They lead Real Madrid by 5 points, but they have not defeated their eternal rival in La Liga in 5 years. If they can win today, it would mark a big stride towards an 11th league championship, but a slip-up for Los Colchoneros would blow the title race open.
Yeah, not long there. Looking at Barcelona too, just 2 points behind. Yes, Atletico have got 2 games in hand on Barcelona, but one of them is this one this afternoon. And I'm sure there'll be various twists and turns still to come in the title race, but if Atletico can pick up the 3 points this afternoon, they surely semi-eliminate Los Blancos out of that race. And speaking this week to Barcelona fans, Tim, I think first time perhaps ever that some Barcelona fans are gunning for a Real Madrid win here this afternoon.
And of course, very unusual situation on a big day, of course, for the Catalans. They have their presidential election taking place currently. And now first v third in the top flight, and it is the home side coming forward. This is Carrasco. Running at Lucas Vázquez. Stabbing it inside for Correa, who was looking for Llorente. Now Koke, very good skill, charged down by Cruz. Trippier with the touch, cut out by Asensio. Now Asensio lifting one up the line.
Yeah, just looking at the positioning there early on here for this man's team, it does look like it's going to be 3 centre-backs. Trippier pushing up as a wing-back, Carrasco 2. And Atletico will be doubling up here with Carrasco and Lemar. But very attacking-looking 11 for Simeone's side here, Tim. Koke cutting that lone figure there as a defensive pivot. Llorente can, of course, run in various positions, and I'm sure that's what we see during the game. But Llorente a lot more offensive than Koke, and the likes of Carrasco, Lemar, Correa, and of course Luis Suarez. This is an attacking-looking starting 11 for Los Colchoneros.
And they're coming forward. Here is Luis Suarez. Stabbed away by Nacho. The whistle blown. It is a free kick for Los Colchoneros.
Varane just catching the back of the calf there of Luis Suarez. And just about within shooting distance here, Tim.
Well, we've seen his quality from set pieces already this season. Luis Suarez has gone 5 games without a goal. Discussions taking place. Kieran Trippier also delivering some instructions there. Thibaut Courtois lining up his wall. Courtois is, of course, facing his former club. Now Luis Suarez, will it be the Uruguayan to strike? 11 career goals against Real Madrid. All of those in the Blaugrana of Barcelona. It is Suarez, and it is off the wall for a corner.
Yeah, we were sizing it up before. You could just catch the eye movement. It looked like he was going right there. He's just trying to bend it low around the wall to catch Courtois a little flat-footed, but it hasn't quite come off the wall's done its job. But decent start, first 5 minutes here from the home side. Real Madrid not really getting out of their own half so far.
A set piece now. The 3 central defenders are all forward. Carrasco. High cross cleared by Modric as far as Koke. Cushioned wide, but a little too wide for Suarez. Well, it is a big afternoon in many ways for Zinedine Zidane. This is his 246th match in charge of Real Madrid, and he draws level with Vicente del Bosque as the manager with most matches for the club, apart from Miguel Munoz. Here is Llorente, another player up against his former club today. Now Lemar, inside to Hermoso, who has remained very high up the pitch after the set piece. He's retreating now. Of course, no Jimenez today for the home side. He's out with a muscle strain.
He's the big absence, isn't he, for Atlético? I'm just looking at the two benches. If you compare to the benches that we saw, what, 2-3 weeks ago, Tim, this is a different thing today. It does befit the occasion. It's great to see both managers be able to mix it up in the second half, should they wish to do so. But as we said, Zidane delighted to have Benzema back. But, you know, of equal importance for Atlético is the return of Trippier. And Atlético have really missed him. This association that was building between Llorente and Trippier before Trippier's suspension was so important for Simeone. The threat that they were carrying, above all, leading up to Christmas on that right-hand side when Llorente and Trippier were really clicking and building a relationship together, was one of the best duos in La Liga Santander. And Trippier has been he's left an enormous hole for Atletico Madrid on the right-hand side that Simeone's had all kinds of problems trying to fill, not least with Llorente himself.
It is Trippier's first appearance since the 12th of January and only his second appearance since Christmas. And his absence has coincided with a dip in form for Atleti. There's a challenge by Koke. The whistle now blown.
Little twist and pushing the back there from Mario Hermoso. Let's see if Real Madrid can start to play out of their own half here.
Asensio back to Nacho. Real Madrid still without Carvajal and Ramos and Eden Hazard, and Mariano has joined them on the injury list.
And once again, Hugo Duro making the bench today, Tim, subbing for Mariano.
Hermoso. Neat touch from Carrasco. Some space for Koke, who sent it beautifully up the line. Here is Yannick Carrasco up against Varane. Pass cut out by Luka Modric. Koke's challenge on Casemiro was good, and Atleti can build again. Here is Llorente, first time to Koke.
Immediate impressions as a very organised and disciplined press from Atletico Madrid.
Zidane able to see the funny side. Looks like the ball needs replacing. So Atleti go again. Savic. Excellent pass across the field to Carrasco, who is tussling there with Vasquez. He has it now. Rodrigo able to make the challenge. Lovely touch from Toni Kroos. Now Mendy. Play with two recent goals, one against Getafe and the winner at Atalanta. Benzema takes over. It is a goal kick.
First venture upfield for Real Madrid. Benzema just running into red and white shirts. Well, there is Trippier. He'll be absolutely chomping at the bit to get his teeth back into a game of football. And does very well there. Just cleverly nicks the ball off Karim Benzema. It's goal kick to Atletico Madrid.
Ten minutes played. There have been a number of draws recently between these teams. 5 of the last 8 league meetings have finished all square.
And these games are generally tactical, aren't they, Tim? That's what we've seen recently. Tactical Nothing much in it at all. Paper-thin margins between the two sides, but it's generally been Zidane's side who have had the best of them.
Well, it was a very underwhelming performance back in December from Simeone's team. They lost 2-0 at the Alfredo Di Stefano. And it was this man, Casemiro, with the opening goal. Big afternoon for Rodrigo, given the chance to start. Scored 1 goal this season, and it was a winner against Inter Milan. He piles the pressure there on Hermoso, who's able to clear. Real Madrid settling now into some possession. Some space for Ferland Mendy. Set back to Cruz. Wonderful accuracy from the German, finding Vázquez. Wide by Benzema. Modric was able to reach that. Silky exchange of passes with Vázquez. Forward by Benzema, inside by Casemiro. Real strength from Ángel Correa. There is a player down for Atleti. Oblak can clear. It is Marcos Llorente who is suffering, as Luis Suarez controls the ball impeccably under pressure from Nacho. And despite the numerical disadvantage, Atleti are willing to continue. Here goes Carrasco. Into the box. And rather casual in the end by Lucas Vázquez, but effective.
Yep. That's just run away from Carrasco. He hasn't really got the better of Lucas Vázquez yet. This has come in this challenge with Casemiro. It's a 50-50 ball. The players just ran into each other, and look, it's the knee against knee, I think, is it? There's Casemiro falling through, and that's knee bone against knee bone, and we know, Tim, those hurt. Llorente's back up on his feet. He'll run that off. But he'll have to be careful at half-time not to let that cool down. It's a cagey opening. Real Madrid content just to pass the ball around, taking advantage of the possession here, kind of probing, but kind of not, allowing themselves to settle. But if they want to cause Atletico any real problems with possession of their own, they're going to have to up the tempo. All very slow at the moment. Two sides just testing each other out a little.
Neat header from Cruz to find Modric. Forward come the champions. Here is Rodrigo. Flicked by Asensio, well dealt with by Felipe. Well, Real Madrid so strong defensively. Just 1 goal conceded in their last 5 matches, but they're on the back foot here. This is Llorente feeding Luis Suarez! First big chance of the game, and it is a colossal finish from Suarez! The Uruguayan strikes, and Atleti lead.
He loves playing Real Madrid. What a terrific finish, and what a piece of counter-attacking football. The challenge went in on Llorente. He could have gone to ground, looked for the card, he kept going. He just wants to play football, keeps running and running. The pass is absolutely sensational. And once again, it's all about 2 things here, Tim. It's been key to Atletico's season up to now, and they just lost it a little. It's Llorente running into space, and the deadly finish from Suarez. What a smile. Here comes the challenge from Nacho, but he keeps going. Nacho goes to ground too easy. Look at that. The timing of the run is absolutely impeccable, and that's from the outside of the foot, and that is world-class finishing to curl it round the advancing Courtois. What a piece of counter-attacking football from Atletico Madrid. That is just beautiful to see. The way he sets that foot, Tim, and curls the ball into the corner. But Llorente now. Is there a more dangerous player in world football running into space than Marcos Llorente?
Well, look what it means to Luis Suarez. His first goal in the Madrid derby opens the scoring. It is a sublime finish. He has 17 now in the red and white stripes of Atlético Madrid. And that one really meant something. It is the perfect start for Diego Simeone's side. They have a lead to protect.
And they like protecting leads, Tim. There's no better team around than Atlético in that aspect of defensive play. They're so hard to break down. And they're happy as well just to sit off the ball, let you come on. And when they can counter-attack like that, when they got players the likes of Llorente and Correa and Lemar to run at you, this has suddenly gone very tough for Real Madrid.
It was a subdued performance from Suarez away at Real Madrid in December. But a subdued performance in truth from most of Simeone's players. But what a start from the Uruguayan. Scored a hat-trick against Real Madrid 2 seasons ago for Barcelona. Ferland Mendy finding Asensio, who's looking for Benzema. First time finish, didn't quite catch it.
Maybe disappointed with that, Tim. He was in space, he was unmarked, he'd pulled away. The ball from Asensio was terrific. But didn't really connect cleanly at all.
Wonderful touch from Suarez. Cut back by Correa, now Koke to Savic. Good crisp passing from Atleti, working their way upfield with real assurity. Now Koke just beginning to communicate and control things in the centre circle. Real Madrid had kept 4 consecutive clean sheets against Atleti in all competitions. They'd gone more than 7.5 hours of football without conceding. And the last Atleti player to score against Real was Antoine Griezmann. So that really is a huge moment early on at the Wanda, with Suarez finding the net, and finding the net with such style. Llorente gives the ball away. Here is Lucas Vázquez. Wide by Casemiro. Up the line by Asensio. Mendy is up against Savic. Neat feet from the Frenchman. And now Toni Kroos. Movement from Vázquez. Kroos was looking for him and now finds him. Mendy. Some space for Kroos. Lifting it to Rodrigo. Good patient play from the champions. Casemiro slightly underhits the cross.
Yeah, the ball's going to be have to be better than that to break down Atlético Madrid. Look, 9 men behind the ball, plus all black. It's got to be better than that, the delivery. It's got to be more imaginative. And that's where it gets so difficult now for Real Madrid, having gone behind. It's breaking down Atletico, but look at that. Nacho lunging in, was never going to get there. Llorente, you've got to give him credit for staying on his feet. He knew what was coming here, and Suarez, it's exactly why Suarez is being brought to this football club. The big occasion like this, the biggest game of the season so far for Atletico de Madrid, and your big game player produces a moment like that. Terrific finish, and guided expertly into the corner.
A masterful finish. Impeccably timed run.
Yeah, the complete package, Tim. The run, the sizing up of the goal, and beating Courtois with that aplomb is still an elite level finisher.
A goal worthy of the occasion. Of course, defensively there will be question marks from Zinedine Zidane. But if you analyse the goal from Atleti's perspective. Absolutely sensational. Good challenge from Vasquez, took the ball off Carrasco. Benzema has it back from Asensio. Clearance by Savic came to Casemiro. Now Toni Kroos again with the diagonal towards Vasquez. Another good one. Well brought down. And the cross looks good as well. Felipe was strong in the centre. Correa closing it down. Wouldn't give it up to Ferland Mendy, but the Frenchman now taking on Trippier. Strong challenge from the English right-back, who has hurt himself.
He's pointed straight to the knee, hasn't he? And you hope that he's okay. Yes, the reaction was immediate. And again, it's knee against knee. I hope for Kieran Trippier that's just a blow to the knee and nothing internal, let's see, like a ligament or a thigh muscle there, but it looks like he's okay to continue.
Asensio's cross, very good indeed. Benzema climbed well, didn't get the header right. Real beginning to fire some warning shots, beginning to make progress. Some wonderful play from Carrasco, and so intelligent from Suarez. Here goes Thomas Lemar. He has three trying to keep up. And in the end, he was seeking Luis Suarez. Casemiro made the block.
Absolutely terrific there. The touch from Suarez to open up that space. The angle on the pass was absolutely brilliant. You see the sprinting as well to get into the area, and having done all the hard work to get there, the pass couldn't find it. But again, it's the second chance of the game for Benzema. Again, he's got his angles wrong. It was a clear header, and you're not going to get many of them when you're going up against three big centre-backs there in the Atletico Madrid penalty area.
Well, it is Benzema's first game since the 14th of February, when he was on the score sheet against Valencia. Correa's turn. Casemiro got back, now Rafa Varane deciding to pass to Courtois. Good press here from Simeone's side. And they do have the throw-in.
And it's Trippier right down there on the byline there. That's how high he's pressing. But that's what three centre-backs covering for you can do. We've seen Carrasco. How many times has he been down there in the Real Madrid penalty area as well? Simeone's defence playing very high too. And that's why I've seen so much of the play in the Real Madrid half. Never looked like missing, did he?
Correa to Suarez. Stood up to the back post, just beyond Carrasco.
Game plan's working for that man up to now. Again, this is the way that Atletico have been set up. It's Carrasco, the wing-back. Let's repeat that again. Last man attacking the ball. We've seen Trippier pressing deep into the Real Madrid penalty area, and this ambitious plan from Simeone at the moment bearing its fruit.
Fine pass to Mendy, who is under pressure from Correa. And Simeone did speak quite frankly about the choice between Correa and João Felix, and he said both players would feature. It was just a question of who would start. And he was quite analytical, speaking about how Correa is more of an energetic player, defence-minded, and that is the option he has gone for today. Rodrigo couldn't get round Hermoso. Here is Correa.
Terrific ball out from Mario Hermoso as well. What a season he's having. Found it difficult to break into the starting 11 at the start of the season, but once he got in, he's never left it. And not really giving himself any problems when it comes to Spain as well. Be a big surprise if he doesn't make the Euro squad with Luis Enrique. We'll see how that pans out, but he's been absolutely brilliant this season for Atlético.
Here is Trippier. Stabbed up the line for Llorente. Koke. There's a 31st Madrid derby today for Koke. Correa. Found Suarez. Worked to Lemar. Wide by Koke for Carrasco. Confident stuff from the league leaders. A challenge from Lucas Vázquez, and in the end, a goal kick for Courtois. League derbies without a win for Atleti. They have drawn 5 and lost 4 of that 9-match sequence. But can they today find the formula for all 3 points and defeat Real Madrid at the Wanda for the first time? It's been a bright start. There is a lot of football still to play, and the champions, of course, have their league crown to defend. They began this match 5 points behind Atleti. Mendy. Asensio. Delivers right foot, away by Hermoso, as far as Casemiro. Super technique, kept it down. All Oblak could do was parry. It's still alive now for Los Blancos. Luka Modric. Llorente closing down Kroos very well. And Koke just urging his players forward now. Modric. Delicately finding Mendy. A slip from Kroos, he recovers. Good understanding with Vázquez. 3 in the box. He takes on Carrasco. And now Luka Modric goes for goal.
Yeah, it's just not working at the moment, is it? In the final third, they managed to get a couple of balls into the area. But Atletico holding firm. Getting the header out, but that's the Casemiro shot. Heading for the corner, but never going to really trouble Oblak. And again, just coming back to the point, Tim, Real Madrid just looking a little bit one-dimensional, a little bit one-paced at the moment. Rodrigo hasn't really been able to get on the ball. The threat that's come has come from crosses from Asensio. It's some nice passing in the second third, around about the halfway line, but once again, at the final third, it needs to be moved quicker. Atletico without the ball, just a little bit too comfortable at the moment if you're a Real Madrid fan.
Some space for Trippier. Correa moves up the line, it goes inside to Llorente. The first touch was good, so was the second. Correa with the cross, away by Nacho. Llorente, a little over-exuberant, commits the foul.
And it's Atletico, when they're in and around the rival penalty area, that look the more dangerous. Again, it's not that they've created so many clear chances, but they look like they have more penetration, they look more threatening, they look more versatile, they can create more.
Hernandez just calling for some calm.
You can see when Atletico Madrid think of that decision about that free kick. Rodrigo just getting goal side of Hermoso. Hermoso, it's just that touch on the shoulder. Is that enough to bring him down? Not in my book, but the referee's convinced. There we go, the aerial threat. The first time that Atletico would have to deal from a set-piece situation.
And it comes from Toni Kroos. The delivery is good. It was Rodrigo at the back post. Casemiro was happy to take the throw in. Not the easiest for Modric to control, but he did well. Rodrigo for Kroos, drives into the box, and he was surrounded there by opponents. Lamar, Carrasco with the nutmeg, a fine touch. Suarez makes the run. He'll now have to check that run.
And this is one of the key contests in the game, this one. Carrasco's done Lucas Vázquez there, but Atletico so effective down both flanks. So far, Carrasco hasn't looked as threatening against Lucas Vázquez as Trippier has against Mendy. And he'll have another go here.
Threaded forward for Lamar. The pass was good. Nacho makes the block. Casemiro. Long ball over the top. Kroos applying the pressure. Atleti just about held on to possession. Now Lamar. Neatly done by Hermoso. Savic, who was so instrumental in Atleti's opening goal last weekend away at Villarreal. This is confident from Simeone's side, moving the ball around very well.
They're just outnumbering Real Madrid in midfield. You got Suarez dropping deep, Correa too, and then you got Rente, Coque, Lamar, Carrasco. Trippier's almost playing as a forward midfielder a lot of the time, and the position is absolutely terrific along with the pressing.
Here is Carrasco. Onto the right boot he goes. Tries the pirouette beyond Casemiro. It's another fulsome challenge. Modric was able to withstand the blow. Now Felipe, and then Llorente regaining possession. It is a good spell, this, for the home side.
Yeah, it's a good bustling performance, isn't it? It's all about the press. It's about the hunger as well, but it's all about the drilling that Simeone would have been doing with these players on the practice pitch. For me, it's all about those numbers in midfield.
Llorente so alert to the danger there. Oblak goes long. Llorente to Carrasco. And 51% possession for Simeone's team. Correa. Impressive stuff from the league leaders. They are showing their quality and their cohesion here. They've worked it to Carrasco in space. He's driving at Vázquez, finding Suarez. Lovely return pass. Carrasco falls. Just lost his balance there. Otherwise, it was a very bright idea.
Again, it's that battle going on between these two. So far, Lucas just about dealing with Carrasco. But again, the fluidity and the movement from Atletico Madrid, this is one of the better performances that they've had during the season. Undoubtedly, this is a different Atletico that we're seeing 2 or 3 weeks back. They look re-energised. Simeone happy to have his players back as well. An almost fully fit squad. And again, they're interchanging positions, mixing it up. And Real Madrid are having all kinds of trouble picking up Lemar through the middle, picking up Correa when he drops deep, picking up Llorente, who's everywhere.
Well, this is an Atleti side that in all competitions have only won 1 of their last 4 matches. And a very accomplished opening 36 minutes today in the derby. Super leave by Benzema. Rodrigo tries to return it. And now a combination of Felipe and Oblak can clear. Simple challenge for Angel Correa. Asensio left the ball behind, and there are some gaps now. And look at the exuberance with which Llorente's made that forward run. He receives the pass. He's looking for Suarez. First-time effort. Manages to find the target.
And it's that connection between those two again. And there's no secret to it. It's Llorente, one of the fittest players in La Liga Santander. Again, running into space, getting beyond Toni Kroos. And Modric, Kroos and Casemiro having all kinds of problems containing this Atletico midfield.
Well, you mentioned it earlier, Mark. Real Madrid attacking more up the left through Asensio. Rodrigo hugging the touchline now. It is a deflected pass. Very strong challenge from Hermoso. Former Espanyol defender. Can play at left back or centre back. And Hermoso did spend 12 years in the Real Madrid Youth Academy.
Yep, came through the ranks at Real Madrid. Again, another one of these players who's really had to leave Los Blancos to make a name for himself on the other side of the capital.
Mendy delivers right foot. Away by Felipe. A loose touch from Vázquez, seized upon by Luis Suarez, who's still going. Couldn't quite squeeze the pass beyond Varane. He did have support from Carrasco.
A vital block from Varane. He was always there for Carrasco if Suarez could find him.
Asensio whips one into the centre. It is cleared by Savic, and it is a corner.
Well, 5 minutes to go to half-time. A little bit of an underwhelming performance from Real Madrid. So I'm just thinking, let's see if we see Valverde in the second half, Tim, as they need to shake things up in the middle of the park. They need to contain Atletico more.
Real's first corner whipped in by Toni Kroos. Appeals for a penalty. Nothing's been given yet. Play continues. Vázquez crosses. Oblak was committed, and his punch was strong. Koke again imploring his teammates forward. Benzema needs some treatment, so Vázquez happy to put the ball off.
Yeah, it was the leap with Jan Oblak as he came out to punch. And there's the appeal for handball. Here's the angle to see it at. We've seen them given, Tim. Without a doubt, we've seen them given this season. The arm is out. And the contact is there. Let's just see if this is called back. Well, there's the Benzema incident. Oblak coming out punching. And all of Oblak's frame runs straight into Karim Benzema. But I think that's what we're seeing here. The connection between the video assistant referee and Hernandez.
And it is under review. This is a big moment. 4 minutes before half-time.
You can have a look, and I think we're going to have a penalty here, Tim.
A big call for Hernandez, who is refereeing his first ever Madrid derby. An anxious wait now for Felipe as the referee reviews this footage.
This is the angle. That's where you'll see if it deflects the ball. You can't see it through that crowd of players. It's really difficult to see from there. If the referee's looking at that, you can't see anything. It has to be behind Felipe. And this is the shot. And from there, you see the way the ball just changes angle. That one there, that's the one you catch it at. And that, we can see, he's clearly hit his arm. And we're going to... No penalty.
A shake of the head,
well,
from the Canary Islander.
And a big intake of breath for Felipe, but just from that last angle there, Tim, it looked like the ball had changed angle as it came off his arm. And the referee is unconvinced. And there you go. The confusion about handballs continues. When are they given and when are they not? The question there is, has he seen contact or not?
Well, he must surely have seen the contact, but perhaps he feels that the arm was not making the body unnaturally bigger. It is a big talking point just before half-time, and Joe, Kevin and Peter will be discussing it shortly, and you can contribute and play a part in that debate. Do you feel that was a penalty or not? Hernandez says no, and it remains 1-0 to Atlético. Here is Felipe. Llorente. Space for Trippier. Correa. Lemar flicked up the line for Carrasco to chase. Controlled it so well. Now finds the pass to Suarez. Back with Koke. Hermoso, first time inside to Felipe, who is closed down. They used the ball well. More room for Savic and now Trippier. Final minute of the first half. A 15th minute goal from Luis Suarez is the difference between the teams in terms of scoreline. Correa's challenge on Casemiro. And it is exactly that sort of contribution that Correa has been selected to provide.
That's frustration, I think, for Casemiro. Correa just holding him off. Casemiro gets a touch of the ball, but gets a touch of the Argentinian. And there's that incident again. We'll be talking about this. Well, if you're looking at that from angle, I suppose the referee, Tim, is looking at it and thinking, how unnatural is that position? How close to the body is that position? Referee unconvinced, but you know, when the referee's called to look at that,
here is Koke.
When the referee's called to look at that in the monitor, very rarely does he not give something like that. We've seen it much more than not that the referee listens to the video assistant referee, goes and has a look, and then gives the penalty. And that time it didn't happen, and surprising for Real Madrid.
There will be 2 additional minutes at the Wanda. Felipe carrying the ball forward from defence, taking on Casemiro. He has to retreat now. Mendy, very bold touch. Pass inside for Modric, lifted to Asensio. Now Karim Benzema for Toni Kroos. Deflected, and a simple catch for Atleti's Slovenian goalkeeper.
Again, the build-up is what's been lacking for Real Madrid. There was a sense of urgency, a sense of pace, and a little bit of creativity. The end product not up to what Real Madrid were looking for, but that's what they'll have to take into the second half. They need to up the pace here.
Carrasco, last few seconds of the half. It has been a very positive one for the league leaders.
Well, let's see what Zidane has up his sleeve for the half-time interval, but it wouldn't surprise me to see some changes in the second half. The likes of Valverde, Isco too. Let's see if Zidane decides to go 4-4-2 perhaps. Isco in a midfield diamond, but he needs to shake things up here. And Casemiro needs to be very, very careful indeed.
Well, we saw that frustration spill over a moment or two ago, and once again there it was evident. Lemar left on the turf. The initial foul. And a few kicks for good measure. But there won't be time for Atleti to take the free kick, because Hernandez brings the opening half to a close. It was a half illuminated by a sensational goal scored by Luis Suarez after 15 minutes. He is Atleti's top goal scorer this season. That is his 17th of the campaign, and so far it is the difference between these two rivals. The reigning champions need an improvement. What does Zidane have planned? The current score at the Wanda Metropolitano, as the players depart with some tension bubbling over, is Atlético de Madrid 1, Real Madrid 0.
The wonderful Wanda Metropolitano. Oh dear, Kevin Campbell, oh dear. Before we go and enjoy the misery of Kevin Campbell's face, let me just remind you that my two esteemed guests, Peter Reid said 1-0 to Real Madrid, was it, Peter Reid?
Correct.
And Kevin Campbell said 2-1 to Real Madrid. Neither looking good right now. Come on then, what have you got to say, Mr. Campbell?
Hey, listen, it's been a decent game, Joe. Atletico started the game very well. They've changed their system, and it took Real Madrid a little while to work it out. Gave away a silly goal. Nacho sold himself down the line, and it was a great finish. You've got to give Suarez credit, who you said is finished, Joe. Great finish by Suarez, but Real Madrid played themselves back into the game. Yes, you did. They played themselves back into the game, Joe. And how is that not a penalty? You cannot tell me that is not a penalty, Joe. And I know you will try, but that is a stonewall penalty. Because if he doesn't touch it, Casemiro taps it in.
Okay, we'll come on to the penalty in a short while. Never was a penalty. We'll come on to that in a moment. We'll also come on to, in a moment, whether I said Suarez was finished or not. I didn't. I said he was past his peak. But anyway, let's have a look at the goal, Peter Reid, because that is currently the difference between the two sides. Counter-attack still has a big place in football, doesn't it?
Well, yes, but what you don't want is one of your centre-backs coming out and losing it. A challenge there. You cannot do that. You've got to stay on your feet. But from then on, it's an absolutely brilliant timing of a run and a pass by Llorente and Luis Suarez. This finish is sublime. Sublime. The outside of that right foot. Courtois, no chance. He spreads himself. The timing of the run, the timing of the pass, and the finish, absolutely magnificent. Brilliant. And I can't believe you thought Suarez was finished. That's brilliant, by the way.
I didn't say that. I said he was past his peak. That's what I said.
Yeah, finished. You said he was finished.
Yeah,
he's leaving Barcelona.
No, I
didn't. Finished, you said.
I didn't. I said Suarez was past his...
I thought this was a democracy, Joe. So it's what you say, Peter, and what I say should carry. So it's 2v1, Joe. Thank you very much.
I'm sorry to tell you, it's not a democracy. It's a dictatorship, my dictatorship, okay? I never said he was finished. I said he was past his peak, and he's only trying to prove a point this season because he got kicked out the door of Barcelona. That's why he's putting in extra effort. Anyway, moving on, I want to ask you, Kevin, about this formation of Atletico. Do you think Simeone's formation has caught Zidane napping a little bit?
Joe, I wouldn't quite say napping. What I will say is that certain players are popping in that midfield area and swamping Real Madrid. You know, they're getting a lot of bodies forward and they're trying to win the ball early. And if they can't win the ball early, they're putting them under pressure in midfield that they play the ball backwards. I mean, you could see there's that three at the back. It's like a player sitting in front of the back three, but they're getting good energy moving up the pitch, Joe. Really good energy from the wing backs. We've seen Trippier pressing Mendy from a wing back position right by his 18-yard box. It's incredible. And you know what I think what Simeone is telling his team, Joe, is we are not going to sit back and let them dictate to us. We're going to go for them. And to be fair, it's caused Real Madrid some problems.
Can I just say, I have smiled tonight, and I've seen Peter Reid smile also tonight, but I haven't seen Kevin Campbell smile tonight. You can smile if you want, you know, Kevin. It's that kind of show.
Joe, I always smile, but I'm not happy with you, Joe, because I know what's coming. I know what's coming.
Fake smile. That's a fake smile if ever I saw one. Right, okay then, the penalty. Just before we get to the biased opinion on the penalty, Peter, what did you think of the penalty claim by Real Madrid?
I thought it was a cross over there, eluded players. Felipe, I think, just jumped and it's hit his hand. I'm with the referee. I wouldn't have given a penalty.
I'm with the referee.
Yeah. By the way, listen, whatever me, you or Kevin said, it's not a pen. But listen, he loses the flight of the ball because he thinks the guy in front's going to head it. Felipe goes up and his arm's not outstretched. His arm's up there because he's jumping. It does strike him on the arm, but that doesn't make it a penalty. For me, anyhow. I must
have to agree with
Casemiro.
And you know what?
Casemiro was behind.
I think we should give credit to Hernandez because he's using logic. Now, logic is something that obviously isn't party to Kevin Campbell's opinions.
Joe, all I'm saying is, if he doesn't handball it, it goes through to Casemiro and he puts the ball in the net. So he's stopped a goal-scoring opportunity. So if that's not a penalty, I don't know what is. So that's all I'm saying. I'm not going to argue with you. I can only say what I see. I can only say what I see.
He wasn't
the referee
even
didn't
looking.
Give it doesn't matter. What does it matter whether he's looking or not? What does it matter?
He wasn't looking. He wasn't even looking at the ball.
What?
He didn't even know where the ball was, Kevin Campbell. You're clutching at straws tonight.
And he's
you know
a defender, Joe. Joe, he's a defender. He's supposed to know where the ball is. If he loses the flight of the ball as a defender and it hits your arm to stop an opponent getting a goal-scoring opportunity in the 6-yard box, and that isn't a penalty, forget it. I'm done. What can I do? What can I do about
If that's what Real Madrid needs to win this game, then I understand, Kevin, your frustration. If they require a penalty, then I understand why you would suggest that. Furkan says Joe is biased, clearly biased. Maybe. Right, was it a handball? Peter says no. Kevin says yes. I say no. What do you say? Let's put it to the people. Was it a handball? 28% of you say no, so you are correct. 72% of you say yes. You are much mistaken, unfortunately. So that's the way it goes. Right, Casemiro himself did have an opportunity, didn't he, Peter, in that first half? It was an Oblak save, but probably he had the best opportunity of the first half as far as Real Madrid are concerned.
No, I think Benzema had 2 great chances. I thought a volley that he didn't nick cleanly and a header. I think for a player of his quality, I mean, this is just a good effort. But I think Benzema, Joe, had 2 great chances. You know, that Oblak's not going to let... He fumbles it, but he's not going to let it in. But the chances Benzema had, I thought for a player of his quality, it was poor finishing, to tell you the truth.
He's just come back from injury, Kevin, and is that what we're seeing in Benzema today in this game? Just a little bit of rustiness.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of he's a little bit off the pace when it matters, Joe, in the box. But really makes a really good shout. There ain't many chances where you're going to get a free header against Atlético Madrid in the middle of the box. And Benzema does get a chance, and he kind of glances off his head, doesn't get enough meat behind the ball, etc. And he did have a volley he didn't really get behind it. So that's 2 probably good chances for Benzema that, you know, he could have made a difference. But I think Real Madrid have to adjust in the second half because this Atletico Madrid system is causing them a little bit of problems.
Okay, we have a face-to-face. We have a fan question right here, right now for you. So have a look at this.
Peter, so my question for you is, should Isco have started instead of Asensio or not? As in the last match we saw, he was really good. He was playing really well. Got almost that incredible assist. Played really well. Who looked really sharp. So I guess he deserved a longer run in the team. And also about Benzema, he was injured, and wasn't this too early to rush him in the starting line directly? That too against Atletico. It's kind of risky, I guess. So what are your thoughts about it? Please, I would love to know.
Well, Kevin, we already know your opinion. Peter, it is that Benzema question. Is it too soon?
No, if your main man is fit and he's ready to go himself, he's an experienced player. He's in his mid-30s. He knows his own body. Either had a word with his dad. If he's fit, you've got to play him. Yes, he's missed 2 chances, but it's only half-time, and let's see how we go from now on.
Keep your comments and questions coming in. Drona, I think this is directed towards you, Peter Reid. If that's not a handball, then Maradona's hand goal is also valid. That's harsh, by the way, Drona.
Yes,
harsh.
Drona. Yes, Drona. I love that, Drona. Yes.
Well, Drona, listen, Diego Maradona's hand was here on his head. Felipe has jumped for the ball and your hands come out. He hasn't seen it. And it wasn't handball. The ball hit his hands. Because as good a player as Kevin Campbell was, and he was a really top player. He couldn't jump and head the ball without using his arms. Not even the great Kevin Campbell could do that.
As far as that first half is concerned, Kevin, we've seen obviously all of Atletico's opportunities come down the right-hand side. There's been a battle down the left-hand side, and you must be impressed with Vasquez and how he's dealt with Carrasco, no?
Well, Joe, that was one of the things I was worried about. I've got to tell you, before the game, Carrasco is a really good player, really good runner and dribbler down that left-hand side. But I thought Vasquez battled him really well. And he's played pretty well going forward as well. You know, he got nutmegged there, which can happen at times, considering he's not a right-back. But I thought he stuck to his task, especially here. Strength, stuck to his task, got the free kick. And it's an epic battle. I'm looking forward to this one in the second half.
Yeah, so my Parth is asking, Kevin, if you would give me a card today. Would you give me a card?
Red. Straight red.
On what basis? What?
Dictatorship. Absolute crazy dictatorship. Off you go.
That would be alongside the injustice that you're currently feeling about that Felipe handball, I imagine, as well. Right, as far as the second half is concerned, Kevin, I want to ask you this because obviously you and your team are struggling. Who would you bring on?
Joe, I'd leave it as it is right now. I think there's an opportunity after about an hour or so, Vinicius to come on with his speed. And also, there's a chance that Valverde could come in midfield. I think there's not much wrong, but they just have to have more verve at the top end of the pitch, Joe.
Okay, and for you, Peter, as far as Atletico are concerned, at what point, if at all, do you bring João Felix on?
Well, first of all, I think Simone's got it right tactically. I think he's got one over on Zidane. I think Carrasco on that side and the balance of the side has been really good. I would see how the game goes. If you're winning 1-0 and knowing Simone, the way he sets his team up, he won't bring a flair player on to get another goal. He'd be happy with 1-0. So if Madrid equalise, it could be a different story. But if they're in front, don't be surprised if you don't see João Felix.
Okay, let's head back to the Wanda Metropolitano.
Live a season without a script, improvised by protagonists who rehearse non-stop. It's not fiction, it's not a thriller, it's something much bigger. And after 90 seasons, the excitement is still intact in La Liga Santander and La Liga Smart Bank. It's not football, it's La Liga.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Wanda Metropolitano, where Zinedine Zidane's team are trailing by a solitary goal, a goal scored by Luis Suarez. And the reigning champions of Spain have an enormous 45 minutes on their hands. If they lose this match, they will trail Atleti by 8 points, having played one game more. Zidane needs an improvement. Atleti are looking for their first ever derby victory here at this stadium. Alongside me to watch this second half and see which way the points fall is Mark Brown.
Absolutely, Tim, you said it. Huge 45 minutes coming up for Real Madrid in the defence of their La Liga title. And let's see if we see any improvement on what was a subdued first half from the men in white. I think the game plan of Simeone was just about perfect, and they'd be perfectly happy with 1-0. 1-0 suits Simeone absolutely to the ground. They defend well. As Peter Reid said, they've looked absolutely balanced. They switched it up nicely, they've dominated the midfield, and they've always looked the more threatening going forward. We'll see what the second half brings change-wise for Real Madrid, if any.
Good steal there from Carrasco. Took the ball from Benzema. The cross came off Mendy. Out towards Llorente, who was so quick to it. Atleti beginning the second period on the front foot, having largely dominated the first 45 minutes. One major incident 5 minutes before the break with that penalty appeal waved away by Hernandez. Casemiro over the top. Hermoso is backpedaling and cushioning it for his goalkeeper. So no changes at the break. Rodrigo continues on the right-hand side of attack for the visitors. And El Cholo Simeone is looking for his 10th derby win as manager of Atleti today. And his side, well, they are halted there by the whistle. A foul by Luis Suarez.
There's that Suarez smile again, the bemused grin. Let's see if we get another look at that. Varane looked like he might have slipped more than anything, but we will see. It's a little bit surprising, certainly for me, Tim, not to see any changes in Real Madrid at the start of the second half. I thought I might have just added some bodies into the middle of the park. Certainly Valverde could just up that energy level. Running, they need someone to carry the ball to Atletico Madrid, much the way that Atletico Madrid have done to Real Madrid in the first half. See if there's any tactical switch up. So there certainly was at the start of the second half against Real Sociedad, and Real Madrid just got worse at the start of the second half, but we'll see what Zidane's got in mind here.
Forward by Casemiro. Mendy was able to turn. Wide to Asensio. Now Modric. Benzema. Lucas Vazquez, away by Savic. It is a Real corner. It's only their second corner of the match, and the first led to that big penalty appeal. Toni Kroos will deliver. In it comes, cleared this time by the head of Felipe. Vazquez. Excellent defensive work by Luis Suarez. Koke closing down Kroos. Casemiro to Asensio. He has won the free kick, Marco Asensio.
Good position too. Early signs of more urgency from the men in white. Correa's just caught Asensio as he turned back inside the Argentinian. There's the stamp on the ankle of Marco Asensio. It's a nice position this for Toni Kroos. Can angle the ball in on the right boot. Ryan, Casemiro and Varane.
Set back by Kroos to Vazquez. Low drive, deflected in the box, eventually cleared by Hermoso. And a possible counter-attack. This is Koke. Correa. Carrasco. Two in the box to aim at if he can get beyond Vazquez, which he does. Away by Varane. Rodrigo gave it straight back to Mario Hermoso. And here come Atleti again. Angel Correa dispossessed by Casemiro. First time pass by Benzema, a slip from Asensio.
The ball was just in behind Marco Asensio. Was expecting it to play it over the top for him to run onto. Again, it's Atletico looking to hit on the counter-attack.
Llorente again looking for Suarez. And this time Nacho could make the block. Modric lifts it for Toni Kroos. Nacho on the overlap. He continues to come forward, Nacho. Now it is Rodrigo. The cross went straight into Llorente. Suarez was caught out there. Kroos to Rodrigo. Mendy. Koke's challenge came out to Modric. Here is Karim Benzema. Casemiro, first time cross, looks very good. Attacked by Nacho.
Yeah, he stayed up after coming first time, first venture in the game into rival territory. And he just stayed up there, expecting the ball to get into the area. And that's the first time Real Madrid have just mixed it up a little bit. Zidane just trying different things. Rodrigo and Asensio have swapped wings. Look for Asensio to cut inside. Rodrigo to Asensio. Time not able to get involved in the move.
Fine pass by Suarez, and here is Yannick Carrasco. And on the rebound, flashed over by Llorente. That is a big save from Courtois.
Absolutely huge, and how important could that be at the end of the game? Carrasco getting in behind, one-on-one with Courtois. The Belgian just held steady, kept himself big, absolutely huge block.
And now Real Madrid coming up the other end with Marco Asensio. Operating on the right, as you've pointed out, Mark.
That's cheeky, isn't it? Just wins the corner. Off Hermoso.
Well, sloppy from Varane.
Yeah, he just sometimes errs, doesn't he? He makes errors. It's not that often, but when he does, they tend to be big ones. But absolutely huge block there by Courtois. A decent follow-up by Llorente too.
Modric delivers, cleared by Felipe. The whistle is blown. A foul on Hermoso.
That's the stamp there from Benzema and Hermoso. Not clear if that was intentional or not. It's just one of those moments in the box. But just signs, Tim, lads, Real Madrid have just found a little bit of an extra gear. There is more urgency about their play.
Casemiro wins the header. So too does Modric. Challenge from Felipe. This is Lamar. Good movement from Carrasco, and Lamar finds him. Another chance for Carrasco, unselfish! And then, once again, Courtois to the rescue.
Absolutely brilliant, Courtois, but Atlético have got to take these chances. They could have put the game to bed in the last couple of minutes. They haven't taken either. But again, it's Lucas Vázquez. He's losing Carrasco. And the ball's down the channel, catching Lucas square there. The second time it's happened at the start of the second half. That's a difficult one for Suarez. It's in behind. He's trying to adjust his body position. Now it's Courtois just to adjust his accordingly. Makes another decent stop.
10 minutes played in the second half, and Saul is ready to enter. Given away by Rodrigo. Frustration for him. Excellent challenge from Vázquez. Zidane directing from the sidelines. Mendy. Vázquez stays wide. Casemiro finds him. There are four in the box to aim at. Vázquez crosses, and it is cleared by Stefan Savic.
Yeah, the game's gone up a gear, hasn't it? At both ends. Atlético continuing much as they did in the first half. Just creeping in at the near post. Carrasco does very, very well indeed. But Right glove of Courtois makes another big stop, but Real Madrid just coming more and more into this in the second half.
Cruz delivers to the edge of the box. It was ambitious and a difficult one to execute for Lucas Vázquez. And it is a chance for Diego Pablo Simeone to make a change. Thomas Lemar is being withdrawn. He today played his 100th match for Atleti. He is the man to make way so that Saúl Ñíguez can come off the bench.
And that, I think, is the answer of Simeone. He's just sensed that Real Madrid are seeing more of the ball in Atletico's half, and he sacrifices a more attacking midfielder for, well, a more versatile midfielder. Saúl Ñíguez certainly can play as a defensive or a more attack-minded midfield player, but I'm sure he'll be slotting in there just in front of Koke.
Immediately challenging with Casemiro, immediately fouling Casemiro. Just delivering some instructions now to his teammates. Rodrigo. Correa took it from him. Lovely touch from Llorente, who has it back from Suarez. Such pace. Now Luis Suarez. Real Madrid have stepped off him. And the Uruguayan doesn't quite make them pay. Frustration for him.
Yeah, but two things. Llorente, absolutely sensational. The press keeps on running and has the energy, the mental energy to turn back inside and just feed the pass. It's absolutely brilliant. But the other thing, Rodrigo, he's been the poor point for me in a match full of subpar performances for Real Madrid overall, Tim. But Rodrigo, you can't be that sloppy when you got Llorente bearing down on you, because that's what's going to happen. Real Madrid giving the ball away, Atletico straight into the counter-attacking stride, and well, Suarez will be disappointed with the shot on goal because he had time to pick his spot from distance.
Koke. Now Llorente forward for Correa. Dispossessed. Rodrigo's left the ball behind. Play can continue. This is Carrasco. Neat control from the Belgian, running at Lucas Vázquez. A 1-2 with Suarez, a slip. Hooked back in by Atletico's number 9. The ball had gone off.
Well, see if Real Madrid have got something in mind here with Zidane. I'm sure we've seen the end of Rodrigo.
Double change now. And it is both Asensio and Rodrigo who will come off, with Vinicius Junior and Fede Valverde coming on.
Disappointing performance from the young Brazilian. Really found it tough to have any kind of effect on this game. Asensio too, he's been a bit hit and miss. Had his moments in the first half with a couple of fine crosses, but those two playing to the left and right of Benzema have struggled to impose themselves on this game. We'll just see how the introduction of Valverde switches things up tactically too. See if they go 4-4-2 or Valverde at the head of a diamond of a four in midfield.
.30 minutes to play in the derby. And Nacho's given the ball away. Here is Correa. Suarez has made the run. A loose touch from Correa. Possession has been regained by Kieran Trippier. He has support in the centre. The header come back to Correa. And another golden chance goes begging for the league leaders.
And he's onside. It's a goal kick. And Correa, unmarked, with the goal at his mercy, just Courtois to beat. He swings it thin air. Great header by, who was it? It's Carrasco back cross goal, but Nacho, having committed the early error, tries to get back into the area, arrives too late. Correa is unmarked, and that is 3 very good chances that Atletico Madrid have had in the second half.
They could so easily have extended their advantage, but the champions remain just 1 goal behind.
Real Madrid really living very, very dangerously indeed, Tim.
Here is Valverde, first involvement for him. Now Casemiro. Mendy. Casemiro lifting it towards Vinicius Junior. Trippier was alive to the danger and he concedes a corner before asking where was the rest of his defence.
Oh, where was the referee's assistant's flag? It's not clear if he's appealing to the rest of Atlético defenders or an offside, but Vinicius Junior is clearly running from an onside position.
Corner from Kroos, cleared by Saul. Hooked forward by Carrasco. One back by Valverde. One heavy touch from the Uruguayan. Cleared by Llorente, only as far as Lucas Vázquez. Now with Casemiro. Benzema makes a run through the centre. Casemiro bides his time. Modric. Neatly flicked for Mendy. Casemiro. Well read by Carrasco. He'll get some distance on the clearance.
Yeah, well read indeed. And you know, Atlético, they've been missing chances in the opposition penalty area, but all through this game, they've been absolutely solid as a rock in their own penalty area. And we saw it was Benzema in the first half when he had a header and he really didn't get any kind of contact on to trouble Oblak, but that was as close as Real Madrid have had from set pieces or an aerial play. And once again, they're reading things very, very well indeed in their own penalty area.
Well, a yellow card now for Carrasco as he makes his way off the pitch. Simeone has decided to bring on João Felix with 27 minutes to play.
Carrasco, there's been yellow card in it. We presume the referee was asking him to leave the field of play on the other side, but he's choosing to run across the field, and according to the rule book, well, that's a yellow card for time wasting. And here we go, João Felix, half an hour or so to make his own impact and his own headlines on this game.
Immediately, Trippier was looking for him. Llorente winning the ball back.
And this is the versatility of Saul. He'll play out on the left there in the Carrasco position. João Felix in the more advanced role alongside Luis Suarez.
So much versatility in this Atleti squad, and they're using it here. Llorente. Clearance from Vázquez. Big header from Felipe. Coque's underneath, battling with Toni Kroos. Good strength there from Vinicius Junior. And good positive running as well from the Brazilian. Now Kroos, aware of the space to his right. Lucas Vázquez comes inside Hermoso, stands it up towards Vinicius. Tricky one for the Brazilian to control.
Yeah, not the best of balls from this man. And there's the save of the game up to now. He knows it. That was the one to put some real breathing space between yourself and Real Madrid. As it is, it's still one goal in it, it's still cagey. And when you've got the quality that Real Madrid have got in the final third, surely they're going to create something clear of note in these 90 minutes.
Suarez Lovely header for João Felix. Cut back to Suarez. Another save from Courtois. This one a slightly simpler one.
And they keep creating chances, Tim. It's exactly what Real Madrid are not doing. And they keep throwing them away. And that one came from a quick thinking Luis Suarez there. He was asking for the throw-in to be taken quickly. Ever alert. He's so mentally agile. So quick to spot a potentially dangerous situation, a chance of creating a chance. And that's where that came from. And that's what Real Madrid have struggled to do all afternoon.
Can they create something here? Casemiro taking on Hermoso. Went to ground, the Brazilian. Nothing's been given currently. Hermoso can continue. And the pass was a very good one to Suarez, whose touch was so shrewd. Draws the foul from Varane, who's been yellow carded.
It's a big yellow card when you've got to mark Luis Suarez and João Felix for the last third of this game. He's arrived very, very late indeed. Clear yellow card. Here's up the other end. Casemiro goes to ground far too easily. He's looking at the referee's assistant, expecting the flag to go up.
Quarter of the match to play. The early goal from Luis Suarez separates the teams. It could so easily have been more for Atleti. Courtois, a busy goalkeeper second half, and he makes the clearance here. Good distance from the Belgian. And Atletico uncharacteristically let that ball bounce. Valverde finds Modric. Now Vinicius Junior. Benzema's calling for the ball. Vinicius, has he gone for goal or the pass? Well, in the end, it is ineffective from the youngster.
But again, he turns inside onto his stronger foot, onto his right foot. But Benzema completely unmarked, is screaming for the ball. That's all about making the right decision. And the Brazilian didn't take it.
Atleti have not beaten Real Madrid in La Liga since February 2016. And they've not beaten them at home in La Liga since February 2015. Can they pick up all 3 points today?
And this season all about breaking statistics, Tim, and turning history.
Loose touch from Benzema. He'd been so well found by Mendy. Some of the best service he's had all day.
Let's not forget, Atlético Madrid have beaten Barcelona this season too, which was the big hoodoo, wasn't it, for Simeone? And let's see if they can do the same against Real Madrid this afternoon.
And if they can, Simeone would be the first Atletico manager to ever defeat Real Madrid 10 times. And a win today would take him clear of Luis Aragonés in terms of total victories managing the club. Yeah, currently tied on 308 each.
Yep. Two club legends, Tim. You don't get any bigger at Atletico Madrid than those two. It just gives you a sense of what Simeone's done at this club in general, you know. If we go back 20 years ago, even 15 years ago, really, when we came to the derby in the capital, what was at stake was local bragging rights. It was local pride. There wasn't leagues on the line because Atletico were very rarely up there fighting for anything league-wise. And how times have changed under Diego Simeone.
Valverde, superb power. Oblak beats it away. And it is Real Madrid's first effort of note since half-time.
Well, they've looked busier. And there's been more pace about their play. But this is what they've been lacking all game, carving out chances. It's a decent strike by Valverde. Difficult to beat Oblak from there. The sub has a goal, but Oblak's had a very, very quiet game.
Mendy taking on Correa. Across came Llorente. There was a pull on the shirt from Angel Correa. He will be yellow carded. Cruz wide to Ferland Mendy. Correa was goal side. And he was able to block that pass from Toni Kroos. Trippier, good vision to find Koke. 1-2 with Suarez. First time by both Felix and Luis Suarez, and Saul will get there. A well-built attack from Atletico. They just slow things down now. Mario Hermoso forward to João Felix. Held off Valverde effectively. The Uruguayan then with the challenge, and there are some gaps. Mondi clashing with Llorente, and then the pass from Correa, not quite right for Suarez.
It was rushed.
There are some tired legs out there.
Space is starting to open.
Modric. Good block from Savic. Now Koke. Lifting it for Suarez. Such good use of the space. Plenty of room for Saul. Koke taking over. Correa finding some space between the lines. Well, Real Madrid have scored just one goal in each of their last 3 matches. They haven't been at their free-flowing best, and they are defending now. Wonderful play there from Llorente to reach the pass. The cutback found neither Felix nor Correa. And now can the champions counter? This is Fede Valverde.
He's been busy, hasn't he? As he's come on. Ambition.
Casemiro for Karim Benzema. A decent sight at goal from the Frenchman. Unable to find the target. It is a let-off for Simeone and his players.
And this is the angle to look at this from. Just how close did Benzema get here? It's brilliant from Casemiro. He's not really very close at all, is he? Just running away from him a little. Gets the boot under the ball, puts it into the stands. Again, coming back to Valverde, he's just injected something into the side. It's running with the ball, which was lacking in the first half, running at Atlético de Madrid. And again, rather like this Atlético player, loves to get on it and just run at a back four. It's one of his many attributes.
Casemiro's challenge, and then Saul won it from him. Mendy fouled by Angel Correa. First time pass by Vinicius, finding Mendy. Savic sliding in effectively. We are into the final 15 minutes.
Yeah, solid as a rock. One of these standout central defenders in La Liga Santander this season. Savic is having an absolutely wonderful campaign, Tim. But Atleti holding firm at the back and doing as they've done all season, you know.
Valverde's cross met by Koke. Atleti able to clear, and now Luis Suarez giving chase. He's up against Nacho. He's rather isolated, but just look at the hunger from Suarez.
That's the commitment, isn't it? 14 minutes plus stoppage time to go. Real Madrid with a big job on their hands if they're going to get something out of this game. But one thing that's told us this season, a hugely important stat here, Tim, Atletico yet to drop a point this season in all the games they've gone ahead in. It's so difficult to break down. They have won every single game in which they've taken the initial lead, and that's the nature of the beast that Real Madrid have to tame this afternoon. Huge ask, and let's not forget we got Barcelona fans, I'm sure the vast majority of them just wishing Real Madrid a goal here. And that's the nature of this title race. It's absolutely enthralling stuff.
Zinedine Zidane did say ahead of this match, even if we do lose, we are still in the title race. Both he and Simeone keen to point out there is still a lot of football to play. But of course, Real's task gets a whole lot harder. If they do lose this one, they would trail Atleti by 8 points.
And Barcelona. And that's where it gets tough. You're not just looking for one team to slip up. In the case of Atletico, it's to really, really slip up. But Barcelona to slip up too. Let's not forget, Barcelona have to go and play Real Madrid away in the second Clásico. But it's Atletico that you really need to slip up. And they just look like they've just rediscovered the essence that's seen them through at the top of the table for most of the season. This is the Atletico Madrid that we've seen for most of the campaign, and that was so surprising to see them slip up over the last month or so. But they got the mojo back. There's no doubt about that this afternoon.
Well, they were very unlucky in many ways when they lost here against Levante. And perhaps their performance was slightly inferior away at Villarreal, but they picked up the win there with a goal in each half. And it was a return to their defensive solidity. Oblak had failed to keep a clean sheet in his last 8 appearances in all competitions, but he kept one at La Ceramica, and if he can keep one here today, it will be a huge win for Simeone's side. Now they have this free kick. Trippier, returning to the team today, will take it. Away by Casemiro, only as far as João Felix. There's the cross, away by Vasquez. Koke. Varane clears, here is Benzema. Koke lunging in. Controlled on the chest by Correa, he slightly underhit the pass, and now Vinicius Junior is running at Savic, and the pass is good! Chance for Benzema, still a chance! Heroic double save! Has the flag gone up? Well, what a piece of goalkeeping from Jan Oblak.
And that's why many people regard him as the best goalkeeper in the world. We've seen Courtois turning it on too, there's no denying. We got 2 of the supreme goalkeeping talents on the planet on show here. But Benzema's onside, and that is absolutely brilliant. Twice at point-blank range.
Outstanding play from Oblak.
The first save, Tim, is absolutely sensational because you're coming there, you got Benzema, you don't know when he's going to unleash the shot. The ball's coming across the area. You have to watch the play. You have to watch the ball coming across. You don't know when he's going to connect, whether it's going to go left or right. You've just got a split second to react, to use the instincts. And once again, it's that big frame, but the reflexes too coming into play, and that's what makes him such a supreme talent.
Well, a wild challenge by Felix, and he's been yellow carded. 4th caution of the match, and now an opportunity for Real Madrid to try and find an equalising goal. There are 5 in the wall in total, 4 on their feet, and Koke on the turf. It is Karim Benzema. A decent effort, fisted away by Oblak.
That's 3 times in a minute and a half he's been denied by Oblak. But that's going to the post. That's the easiest save to make for the Atlético keeper. Benzema, you know, Tim, he's had his chances. He had 2 in the first half. He's had 2 goals there, and then that free kick, it's building up and just showing just that perhaps a little bit of rustiness after being away for a couple of weeks.
Excellent play from Vinicius. And a major intervention from one of Atletico's key performers.
He almost doesn't see it coming. It's just instinct. Puts out that left glove. The wrist is strong enough to parry the ball. And then there's the fitness and the training and the drilling to get back up on your feet and again make the decisive second block.
Jeffrey Kondogbia has come on for Angel Correa in a defensive tweak from Simeone. Clearance from Hermoso. Benzema. Block by Felix. Vinicius. Mendy was battling with Llorente. Llorente so strong in the challenge. Now João Felix winning the throw-in from Mendy.
Again, it's the solidity. João Felix out helping out at the back. So all hands on deck with a Kondogbia substitution now. Defensive midfielder just sit in front of that back 3 or back 4, however Atletico are operating in the last part of this game. But it's all about getting men behind the ball. If they do have a chance to break at speed, they'll try and take it. But this is prime Atletico now. Absolute masters of hanging on to a lead.
Saul. Such strength there and single-mindedness and some intelligence there as well, just to hold on to the ball and draw the foul.
I think Simeone's just saying to the referee, Cuatro there, 4. If that means 4 fouls he's counted from Casemiro.
Up the line by Trippier. Challenge from Nacho. Six shots today from Atleti's number 9. And one of them an absolutely outstanding finish to open the scoring on 15 minutes. Atleti have been unable to extend their advantage. Some fine blocks from Courtois. And as we head towards the last 5 minutes of this derby, it is a result very much in the balance.
And it becomes all about the fine margins at this level once again, doesn't it, Tim? You think back to that goal, it's Nacho's on the field today. That was the error with the challenge. You're thinking if Ramos was fit, would he have gone in? Would he made the same challenge? And so far we got 1 goal, and that is the margin. And that is the error from Real Madrid. That's led to them possibly, well, we look back at the end of the season, but ending the defence of their title.
Cruz. Vasquez never gave it up. Saul let it run. Controlled neatly by Hermoso. Up towards Suarez. First time pass doesn't come off. Here is Luka Modric taking on Jeffrey Kondogbia. Now Lucas Vasquez. To Toni Kroos. Onto the right boot. Another block from Hermoso. Benzema took it down. Valverde. Vinicius, he got Real Madrid's equaliser late on last weekend.
Very, very difficult from there. It's a decent ball in, but Benzema's up against 4 or 5 red and white shirts there in the box. Atlético back 5, 4 across the middle of the park, 2. Suarez the lone front man, just the outlets. Every side can get the ball up to him, but Real Madrid need to find some kind of creative magic to break down this wall of red and white.
Here is Suarez, and there is space. Saul moves into that space, into the box. A deflected cross cleared by Nacho. Now Valverde. Neatly manoeuvred to Mendy. Atlético backtracking. Benzema. Atleti refine their defensive shape. Real looking for the holes. Here is Karim Benzema, and it runs through for Casemiro! Out of nowhere, a slightly fortuitous goal. Benzema seizes upon it, and we are all square in the derby.
Absolutely incredible, Tim. Absolutely incredible. Out of absolutely nowhere, as you said. Real Madrid just waltzed through Atlético de Madrid. They got a lucky touch. Shake of the head from Llorente says absolutely everything. But that has come from absolutely nothing. There look to be nothing on here. Just look at all those red and white shirts. There's a wall of 5 there at the back. But here's Benzema. And there's the touch that takes in Casemiro. Taking nothing away from the touch from Casemiro. That is absolutely brilliant vision. But that has just slowed down. The deflection just takes it in the path of Casemiro. And he looks up. It's the Kondogbia touch, isn't it? That's taking it through to Casemiro. And there you have it. Out of absolutely nothing, it's a point apiece.
Well, is there a Kondogbia touch? Seeing the replays, it looked like there was no fortune at all. Superb from Benzema. Manoeuvred it onto his other foot. Found Casemiro. Such awareness from the Brazilian. Unselfishness as well. And suddenly, with just a minute and a half to play, it's 1-1 at the Wanda. Koke drilling one goalwards. It's taken a deflection, spinning up away from Courtois, but is there time for either side to find a winner?
And he'll have time to reflect on all those chances missed. We'll see how it finishes. Momentum suddenly in white.
Vasquez. Challenge from Saul. A foul, says the referee, just on the edge of the penalty area.
There's just a bit of a push in the back from Kondogbia. But here again, is it the touch? Is it Benzema? It's a bit of Benzema and a bit of Kondogbia. Either way, the decision-making of Casemiro in a split second, instead of going for goal, spots the better opportunity is the space opening up for Benzema. Perfect pass across goal. And you can never count them out, can you?
Well, they have missed Karim Benzema. Hasn't played since mid-February. Was in very good goal-scoring form when he picked up the injury, and he returns with a huge goal at the Wanda Metropolitano. Real Madrid have never lost here. They have dragged themselves level very late on today. Savic has been yellow-carded. We are into added time, and there will be 3 extra minutes. A set piece now for the champions. Modric, well, it was nonchalant outside of the boot.
He's trying to catch Oblak unaware. And waiting for the cross from Toni Kroos. As Kroos just shaping up to curl a ball in. Just couldn't bring the ball down over the wall. But 2 minutes to go. And there we are. We've had the shots raining in, 11 and 15. clearer chances, Tim, have gone Atletico's way. And you think about those 3 chances at the beginning of the second half, I beg your pardon. Real Madrid 2 with Benzema. The double save from Oblak was absolutely sensational. It's been a better Real Madrid in this second half, but it's just a feeling that really, on the balance of play over 90 minutes, it's Atletico will be feeling very, very disappointed indeed.
They seem to have the game under control, taking nothing away from Real Madrid, who have shown such character and belief. A yellow card for Llorente. Just over a minute to play. And if there are no further goals, it is a result that many Barcelona supporters will be happy about. Of course, a draw means that effectively these teams win 2 points instead of 3. But still a minute left. Can either team add a final twist? Sal with the block.
Well, should this stand, Tim, there's no doubt the winner today is Barcelona. Absolutely. This is what many Barcelona fans were wanting. Can't quite bring themselves to ask for a Real Madrid win, but logically you want both of your title candidates, or your rivals there for the title, to drop points. And that's what looks like happening today.
And Atleti with a very tough game on Wednesday. Here goes Karim Benzema, deep cross, too deep for everybody. That probably will be that.
Yeah, there you got it. That's the angle, isn't it? It's the touch of Kondogbia, puts it onto Benzema's left foot, semi-deflected into the path of Casemiro. And a bit of luck in there, but the finishing wasn't lucky at all. And there you have it, that's the final whistle, Tim.
An afternoon of drama at the Wanda Metropolitano. The 278th Madrid derby has finished all square. Atletico came so close to a victory that would have underlined their championship credentials. A fantastic opening goal from Luis Suarez set them on their way, but they were wasteful second half. Thibaut Courtois with some very important saves for the reigning champions that kept them in the game. And then late on, it was the returning Karim Benzema who was able to find the equaliser for Los Blancos. It is 1 point for each of these rivals, a result that perhaps favours Barcelona most. Full time is Atletico Madrid 1, Real Madrid 1.